Let me start with a simple question. How many of you are professional overthinkers? And how many of you are the opposite? Act first and regret later type? Yeah, different teams, same suffering. See, we all have this insanely powerful tool sitting inside our head, our brain. The problem is that it didn't come with a user manual. We overthink one text for 3 hours, say something impulsive, and overthink whether we were right about what we said, or worse, make a decision in anger and regret it for 3 years. And that's when Think Straight by Darius Furrow comes in. This book says, relax, let's clean up the mess in your head first. You're controlled by your thoughts, whether you like it or not. But you do have the ability to choose what you think. Not instantly, not perfectly, but gradually. So basically, your thoughts are the root folder in your system. Now, if you really want to manage your thoughts and think straight, then you must start with an open mind. And that's harder than it sounds. Trust me. Because as we grow older, we don't just gain experience, we also gain ego. So if you're watching this video right now, you're already doing better than most people. A powerful idea from the book is that if you really want to think straight all the time, then you must stay grounded. Look at facts, listen to other people's perspectives, and then make a decision. Thinking straight doesn't mean you're always right. It simply means that you're willing to be wrong long enough to learn. And honestly, half of our stress would disappear if we just listened before reacting. One of my favorite takeaways from the book is learning something new. Because learning forces you to become a beginner again. And beginners, they're humble, they're curious, open, and they're willing to listen. So whenever you decide to learn a new skill, let it be an instrument, language, sport, anything, you temporarily drop your ego. And that mindset alone clears so much mental noise. So I would say learning is like a therapy. Here's another exercise from the book that sounds simple but hits hard. For one day, just one day, write down your thoughts or record them. Every couple hours and exactly as they come. No editing, no filtering. I tried it myself just for fun, just to see what happens, and you'll laugh if you hear what happened. So at the end of the day, I sat down with the thoughts that I wrote, and half of my thoughts made zero sense. Some of them were imaginary problems, and some were just dramatic reactions to things that didn't even matter to me later. So, by doing this exercise, I realized how fickle my thoughts were. And because I did this exercise, I became aware of what I think, why I think, and whether any particular thought deserves my energy. Now, at this point, some of you might be thinking, okay, the ideas are great, but how do we actually stop overthinking? And that's where this book drops another underrated bomb. Only think about what you can control. And the moment I read this, I realized doing this automatically deletes about 99% of my thoughts. Here's another reason why our head feels crowded is because we assume things constantly. Ironically, we hate when people assume things about us, but we do it to them all the time. Someone doesn't reply to our messages. Oh, they must be ignoring us. Oh, they don't care. If your maid calls in sick for work, our brain immediately goes to like, of course she is. So we move from no information to full emotional conclusion in seconds. Now, thinking straight doesn't mean thinking fast. So take time to think, time to reflect. Most decisions made aren't bad because we are stupid, but because we're emotional, angry, and mostly impatient. So take a pause, think it through, let your emotions settle, and then take a decision. Now, here's another interesting exercise that the book suggests: drawing your thoughts. I know it sounds weird, right? It did to me as well, but I still did it. I didn't draw my thoughts, I went for a vision board instead. So, whether you draw or you make a vision board, you make your thoughts visible. So, your thoughts become clearer when you get the chance to visualize them. Another underrated tool for clear thinking is journaling. The author strongly suggests this, and I couldn't agree more. Now, you don't have to write pages every day. You need no fancy words, and no, this is not for your Instagram, this is just for you. The solution is simple, but it is effective. Lastly, the author leaves us with a message that sounds simple but hits deep. Don't live in your past, because when you do that, you create obstacles in your present. Author reminds us that our time is precious and limited. So every Sunday that you spend doing nothing is 24 hours of your life gone. Not paused, gone. Because the scariest thing isn't death, it's realizing that you never really lived. And this thing really shook me, and I felt the shift that happened in my mindset. So I decided to do all the things that I'd been putting off, because you don't regret the things that you did in life, but you regret the things that you didn't do. So, yes, this was my take on this small but powerful book, Think Straight. Honestly, I didn't think I'd have much to say when I decided to make a video about this. But once I sat down and began writing, I couldn't stop. I actually had to cut it short because this book gives incredibly important life lessons. So if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and see you in the next video. Bye.